It's undeniable. The results are in. The tally has been counted. The damage control is being performed right now. Stellar Blade has only sold about 1 million copies. After all that shilling, after all that hype, after all that praise, it sold 1 million. This shouldn't surprise anyone because this was a new IP from a studio that doesn't have a great track record, and yet, for some inexplicable reason, it was hyped up simply because PlayStation owners have nothing else to play, right? This wasn't some like anti-woke statement. This had nothing to do with like people wanting to try a new IP. Like this was hyped up because it was on PlayStation. That's it. Like take that away from it and it would have gotten overshadowed by like everything else, right? And that's kind of what happened. Like the idea that this game was some remarkable thing was an illusion by people trying to push an agenda, right, Grums? Like this game was doomed to failure. And right now we're kind of seeing a lot of people like try to damage control this, like saying like, oh, they still have Nikkei to fall back on. Yeah, well, Nikkei is trash. It's garbage. You need to stop praising that. You need to stop putting money into it. Like again, Nikkei is going to collapse eventually, and when it does, Shift Up isn't going to have anything, right? They're not going to be able to exist off of Stellar Blade. They're never going to be able to make real games like they so desperately want. They are always going to be second fiddle to like the games that Stellar Blade blatantly ripped off. Bayonetta, Nier Automata, right? Like again, Nier Automata is like very disappointing in and of itself, and yet Stellar Blade is somehow worse. And again, my thing about Stellar Blade is that like I don't care about the censorship. I don't care about like the woke or anti-woke thing. I don't care about that. What I care about is that like, well, is the game good? And the answer is so obviously no that I find myself really questioning why anybody got excited about this game to begin with, right? That is my big major takeaway with Stellar Blade is that this is a game that really should have been hated on more.